Hey there, I'm Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. Thanks for that. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a late TBR for the role of Reed's Readathon. This readathon was created by Mel from a book feed named Mel, and I'll leave a link to her explanation of how this readathon works in the description below. It's really fun. It's based on D&D and sort of rolling a 20-sided dice to get prompts, and this time around there are prompts that are based off of character types, which is quite fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. Now, I have already done my rolls and picked my prompts because I did it on like a weird sort of randomizing number thing on the computer to randomize the prompts, and then we'll see, because I just didn't have time to print everything off and do the actual game, which is arguably half the fun, but still we are here and we're doing this. So first off, I rolled a d8 to see the number of rolls that I needed to do, the number of prompts that I needed to pick for the readathon, and I got a 7. So quite a lot, but I still think quite manageable because the readathon runs throughout the whole month. So next up I started to roll my d20, and the first roll I got was number 2, which is good because at least it's not a natural 1, because that would be bad and I'd have to add another roll, but I didn't. I got a 2, so that's good. So the first prompt that I got was Orc, which was to read a horror, mystery or thriller, and for that one I picked Black Notice by Patricia Cornwell. This is the next book in the Kay Scarpetta series, and I've just been needing to pick it up for a while. I'm finally gonna do it. It is in this really tiny, like, mass market paperback format, but it should be fine. I am looking forward to reading this. I feel like a giant storyline got wrapped up at the end of the last one, and it could be sort of just a return to following the chief medical examiner as she sort of examines murders. I'm gonna be totally honest that I don't know too much about this, but I do try not to read the back of Kay Scarpetta books because one of the ones that I read spoiled something that happened like 200 pages into the book, and I got really mad and it kind of ruined some stuff that happened in the book. So I am definitely avoiding looking at the blurbs of these books. Now, the second roll I did came up with a number 4, and this prompt was to read a book by a BIPOC author. Oh, I have that. I'm too lazy to get it. I'm so bad at planning videos. So the book that I'm planning to read for this prompt is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I do have it. It's on the shelf up there. I forgot to get it. I'm very excited to read this one. It is the 3rd book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, and I was planning to read this month for Sister Along anyway. It's the only book in the series that I hadn't read previously, so this is brand new content, brand new Brown Sisters content I'm very, very interested in reading. I also have heard that this has some autistic rep in it, and it's kind of a grumpy sunshine romance. You know, all good. I think it's something to do with Eve accidentally breaking someone's leg and having to help them out. I feel like you guys are seeing me go through different stages of anger. So on to the next roll, and the next roll that I got was a 12. And the prompt for this was to read an LGBTQIA+ book. For that one I'm going to be reading Pet by Akwaeke Umezu, and I believe that this one has trans rep in it, and I don't remember anything else about it. However, Alex from Pucks and Paperbacks recommended it ages ago, and I downloaded it and I just haven't picked it up yet, and I'm just really looking forward to reading this one. It's a really short audiobook, and I just feel like time to finally pick this one up. So on to the next roll, and I rolled a 17. So for this one I got the prompt Druid, and that is a book that features an animal. I feel like my choice for this one is kind of a cop-out because it has a cat in it, but it's not like a main feature of the book. But it's The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. There is a cat in here, there is Buttercup. Yeah, I mean technically I guess you could say the mutts are animals, but I don't know if they really count because they're kind of like genetically modified beastie things. At least Buttercup is in here, so we'll go with that. I'm sure everyone and their mother knows what the Hunger Games is about, and I don't need to explain this one. The next roll that I did came up with a 15, and the prompt that turned up was Fighter, and that prompt was to read a book that features war or has battles in it. So for that one I'm going to be reading Quest for Lost Heroes by David Gemmell, because can't stay away from David Gemmell, and it's about time that I picked this one up for a reread. Now, if I remember rightly, it's not necessarily war that happens in this one, but there are definitely battles, because we are following a group of famed heroes who are like past their prime, and they just go on this one last quest together, and there's fighting involved. I won't say anything else about it, but I am definitely excited to do this reread. Next up, I rolled again and I got a 10, and this prompt was Paladin. So this prompt was to read a book that was set in a city or an urban environment, and I chose to read White Knight by Jim Butcher. This one is, I don't know, book like 10 in the Dresden Files, maybe. I'm not sure what number it is, but I just keep going with them. This one, as all of the other Dresden books, are set in a city, and I have no idea what it's about. This is a really bad TBR full of me just not knowing anything about the books that I'm going to read, but, you know, sometimes that's the vibe, and that's the vibe that I'm going with. And last but not least, my final roll was a 14, and that one turned up Wizard. That prompt was to read a book that was set in our world, but features paranormal or magic. And for that one, I'm choosing to read Frostbite by Rochelle Mead. This is the second book in the Vampire Academy series, and I just need to read it. It's been on my list for a while. I have the audiobook for this. I feel like I really just need to continue on with this series before I like forget about the first one, because I really enjoyed the first one. I was surprised by how much I did. So I just need to pick up the second one already and continue with the series. So there we have it. Those are the books that I'm planning to read for the Roll of Reads Readathon. I'm very excited to get to some of these. I know I don't know anything about any of these books, but at the same time, sometimes that's nice. That may be most of the time for me and my reading, but you know, just go with it. Go with the flow. That's what we're doing here. So if you don't have anything to say and you just want to let me know that you made it here, please leave me a vampire emoji for, like, you know, the Vampire Academy books. And if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!